Sup, y'all. Today we're gonna learn how to attract our crush. That's right, and that's right, I do reaction content now. Let's do this.
In his international best-selling book, The Art of Seduction, Robert Greene wrote, "Your greatest power in seduction is..."
I need subtitles, bruh. Like, it's not like the speech is like bad, but the dryer is going on in the background and I might miss a word or two. There we go.
Selling book, The Art of Seduction, Robert Greene wrote, "Your greatest power in seduction is your ability to turn away, to make others come after you,
What?
delaying their satisfaction."
What? You seduce people by not interacting with them?
Do you think playing hard to get works best, or do you prefer to be direct? It can be difficult to figure out the best way to attract your crush.
How does anything happen unless you're direct?
By the end of this video, you'll learn tips backed by scientific
I'm
research
not the
that
expert.
will teach you how
Let's
to
let
step up your
Dr.
game
Love
and
teach
keep
me
them
everything I
interested.
need to know.
Here's how to attract your crush and leave them wanting more.
To be a
To
good
smile
student,
or not to
you
smile.
have to listen and
When
ask
you're
a ton of
flirting with
dumb
your crush,
questions.
you should smile to come across as approachable and show them that you're interested. Or should you? Research shows that it might not be that simple. Smiling can be perceived as either attractive or unattractive.
What?
And this depends on your gender.
What?
But there's one expression that seems to be universally attractive, regardless of gender. And it's probably not what you think. In a 2011 study published in the journal Emotion, women were perceived as most attractive when they were smiling and looked happy. For men, the results were the complete opposite. Smiling was their least attractive facial expression.
Oh, heck no.
So if
As a man, you shouldn't smile.
you're a man, the cool and mysterious persona may be more seductive to your crush.
What? Critical told me the exact opposite. Being cool and mysterious didn't get him any girls. That's more like North Korean soldier more than anything.
But there was one facial expression that was perceived as relatively attractive regardless of gender. Shame. When someone and
Oh nah. What?
eyes tilted downwards and narrowed their posture.
What? I'm talking to someone and they're clearly creeped out and embarrassed and they want to just get out of the conversation as soon as possible. Wow, that person's trying to attract me. That person's trying to seduce me. Wow. So I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing and then the person continues to be uncomfortable. Am I overthinking this?
Expressing shame. They were rated as attractive whether they were male or female.
Huh?
When you're with your crush, see how they react when you innocently look down or avert your gaze every once in a while.
So when I'm trying to have a conversation with someone and I just can't handle the intimacy of eye contact, to me, eye contact is like kissing. I don't want to look into your eyes when I'm talking to you. So I look away constantly. Was I actually just trying to seduce them this whole time?
might help attract them to you. The right approach. Imagine your crush is sitting at an empty table at school. Now is your chance to
Why do
make
they
a
all have
move.
leaves on? Never mind.
When you go up to your crush to talk to them, should you approach them from the front and sit across from them, or sit
Approach from behind so you could get the backstab and get the critical hit bonus damage.
beside them? Turns out, like a lot of other attraction strategies, the answer depends on your crush's gender. In a study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology,
What's gender got to do?
participants were approached by a researcher who sat either beside them or directly in front of them. Results showed that male participants had a more negative reaction when a female researcher approached them from the front. On the
A researcher, bro. Like, this isn't just a normal social interaction. This is a scientist.
by a researcher who sat either beside them or directly in front of them. Results showed that male participants had a more negative reaction when a female researcher approached them from the front.
Negative. What does that mean? Like, can I read the paper that was used here? Like, what was the study? Aha, okay. The effect of touch on women's behavior. Oh, geez. Oh, yo. You better have gotten them to sign all the papers, y'all, before doing your thing. Why does fear make us horny? What? What are you saying, bro? Too close for comfort. Sex differences in response to invasions of... What am I reading, bro? Oh, I hope this is recording. Okay, it is. God bless. Love me, love my jokes. Okay, you know what? I think that's too vague of a title for me to make a judgment on it. Happy guys finish last. The impact of emotion expressions on sexual attraction. Yo, I learned from a class I took at school that a lot of these scientific studies, the scientists go into them with pre-existing bias about how they think the results will be. So who knows? This could have just been Tracy et al.'s opinion on things, and then they look for data to support their study's theory. I'm just saying, take all this research with a grain of salt, okay? Researchers are humans just like you and me. They can make mistakes too, and we just need to do more research in order to research the research's flaws in the research.
On the other hand, females didn't like being approached from the side by a male researcher. According to these
How do you
findings,
measure that? Like, okay, that's literally the question I asked like 30 seconds ago. I'll look that up later, all right?
if you're trying to attract a man, the best way to approach them is to sit beside them rather than across from them. But if your crush is a woman, go with the head-on strategy. And
Can I like get some reasoning behind this? Can I get some hypotheses? Can I get some responses in the chat? Like why does this happen? Why is there a difference depending on the gender?
and sit in front
And
of
how
them.
many subjects did you
It's
study?
such a
And where
subtle
did you get them
move, they
from?
won't even know you're doing it. Got jokes? Does your crush have a good sense of humor?
Ooh, my graduation photos are ready. Let's see them.
Nope, don't get distracted.
More importantly, do you? Philosopher William James once said, "Common sense and a sense of humor are the same thing."
Common sense and a sense of humor are the same thing, moving at different speeds.
I'm trying to process it, but I don't know what to make of it.
Moving at different speeds. A sense of humor is just common sense dancing. However, researcher Eric Bressler at McMaster University found that men and women define humor differently.
It's just randomly farting. I think that.
Knowing this can help you step up your seduction game. Bressler found
Waluigi.
that women defined someone with a good sense of humor as someone who could make them laugh, and they preferred men who have a good sense of humor 62% of the time. Conversely, men thought
that's
someone had a good sense of
really
humor
good.
when they appreciated their own humor, aka
If that were a win-loss rate in a hero shooter, that'd be like pro level, right?
laughed at their jokes. They preferred women who laughed at their jokes 65% of the time.
Wait, what?
AKA laughed at their jokes. One had a good sense of humor when they appreciated their own humor.
What? Men think women have a good sense of humor when the women laugh at the men's jokes?
Conversely, men thought someone had a good sense of humor when they appreciated their own humor, aka
What? That looks so bad. Oh my gosh.
laughed at their jokes.
That makes
They
us
preferred
look
women who
bad.
laughed at their
Do
jokes
you realize that?
65% of the time. The takeaway: if your crush is a man, you can pique their interest by laughing at their jokes
Oh, no, bro. Now I'll never know if I'm actually funny.
just a little more.
Nah, that's okay. No one's attracted to me.
And if your crush is a woman, you can attract them by making them laugh rather
You better have a follow-up video. How to tell jokes. Stand-up comedy 101.
than laughing at their jokes. The magic touch. Combining physical touch with the other tips we've
Oh no,
mentioned,
this is too much. Nah, we're going too far, alright? This might be a tad bit high elo. Only do this if you are a high rank seed, okay?
will make you even more attractive to your crush. The key is to keep it subtle. A 2007 study published in the journal Social Influence had male researchers either ask women for their numbers or ask them to dance. In both cases, they found that if they touched a woman's forearm for just 1 or 2 seconds before asking her, she was more likely to say yes.
Yo, this was like the same kind of research that TikTok pranksters do. Or like YouTube pranksters. They just walk around the streets and like bother random people and see whether they can get their number. Like that. Did you guys get recommended that one video? I tried asking out 100 women with cold openers in a single day. Like, oh my gosh. That is, oh. I got a text saying that my graduation photos are ready. That's nice. I graduated today, by the way. That was fun.
Touches on the arm are an innocent and simple way to attract your crush. Of course, this technique depends on your relationship with them, their boundaries, and your cultural norms. But if you and your crush are comfortable with it, giving them a soft touch on the arm every once in a while might be the perfect way to arouse their interest. Thanks for watching, Psych2Goers. We hope you found this video helpful. Remember, these tips shouldn't be used to manipulate your crush. At the end of
I thought that's what the goal was, right? I thought this was an entire manipulation video.
the day, the best way to attract someone, if you want a genuine relationship with them, is to be yourself.
What if you're a jerk? What if you know you're an asshole? Or what if you know that you have no sense of humor? Or what if you know you have no listening skills? Like, there's something that has to change, right?
Will you be trying any of these tips?
Absolutely not.
Do you have any of your own attraction tips to offer that have worked for you in the past? Share your ideas.
All right. We can't stop here. A good student and a good researcher continues to... I am recording the
Comments
audio,
below.
right? Okay,
Keep in
there.
mind that because scientific
Oh, God bless. Okay. Oh, my. All right. I am poking fun at this video. Not to be cruel. I don't want to be mean to the people who make this video. I know they only have the best intentions for people to be able to attract their crush, and they want to give people some tips that are actually backed by research. But I want also for people to look at the sources of this information and come to their own judgments by actually reading the research and not just one person's interpretation of it. I want every person to make their own interpretations of scientific research themselves. And shall we start with this one? Why fear makes horny? Sometimes getting scared actually gets... Okay, you know what? I'm actually scared to read what happens in here. Gigi, take it easy on me, Gigi.
When my clients come to me with low libido, diminished sensitivity, and their...
Oh, jeez. Oh, no. We are in it. Oh, we are in it now. We are in the thick of it. Everybody knows. But I forgot the rest of the lyrics. Fear can have a funny way of turning us on. I don't really find anything funny about what's happening right now. Rifle ranges, are those really, dangerous? I mean, yeah, if someone, turns around and shoots you, I guess that's bad, but, what? Does that actually happen? Oh, no. I never thought about that. Sexy Halloween witch costume. Do I feel scared when I see a sexy Halloween witch costume? Also, why is there a link? Okay, you know what? Let's go back. Let's go back. Novels about the living dead, the giant drop carnival ride-in. Okay. Physiological arousal. Oh. Okay. Well, let's think about that, right? Your brain is engaged and your heart rate increases when you're scared and when you want the ding dong. So I guess there's some scientific basis. Okay. My judgment, there's some legit... I don't think I read enough to make a judgment, and honestly, I think I'm too terrified to keep going. Let's just say I don't make a positive or a negative evaluation on this source. Now let's go to this one. This is the one, this is the touchy one, right? Oh, wait. Okay, let's check the touchy one, and let's check the joke one. All right, the DOI. Oh, shoot, wait, I need to get access. How do I get access? Oh. Okay, I could probably get into this with my UCI credentials, but I don't really feel like it. I'm not logged into my UCI account on this computer. In an experimental field study, 62 male and 63 male university students were invaded by a male or female confederate in one of three spatial positions. Regardless of the invader's sex, a consistent pattern of interactions was observed, such that affect, attraction, environmental perception. Oh yes, this is what I was asking, right? How do you measure how well someone responds to how you approach them? Affect is one of the things, apparently. Attraction is another. I'm guessing they used attractive researchers naturally. environmental perceptions, and attributions of intent. What exactly is that? Like, are you studying their movements, their facial expressions, whether or not they do this whenever you approach them? Like, what is happening? Solitary males in a library were observed to erect. Funny, guys. Very funny. I see what you're doing here. You're not slick. Fisher and Burn. Against face-to-face invasions, and females were found to erect barriers against... Could you imagine? Like, the female researcher comes up to the male researcher face-to-face, and they just... they take, like, the book they're reading and, like, flip it up. Oh, my gosh. Like, this is 1975, so it's definitely a book. Females erected barriers against adjacent invasions. Ah, they protect their flanks, of course. They built a wall to the side. But then you're not defending your front lines. What's up with that? And riddle me this, women. If you're a woman, leave a comment in the comments section below as to why you would erect a barrier against your flank while leaving your front line undefended. What do I even make of this? Like, let's move on. You know what?
Love me. Love my jokes.
What a title. I have to read what was in this Science Daily article. Alright, last one. No, wait, this is DOI, which means I probably won't access it either, right? Alright, we can look into what this means in more detail. Among younger women adult viewers, male shame was more attractive than male happiness. Boys, I don't think we can be happy no more. Pride is the most attractive male expression. Oh, what? And one of the least attractive in women. Oh, I'm so sorry, women. You know how women, they gotta be strong, independent, confident in themselves? Yeah, you're not allowed to do that no more. You have to be submissive and shameful now. It is what it is. The science says, as a woman, you can't attract a man if you're proud of something. Oh, sheesh. Oh, gosh. Oh, golly. Happiness was the most attractive female emotion expression and one of the least attractive in male. Well, there you have it, folks. It's completely over. Now, there's one last thing I want to check out. This is a PDF. There's no way you take this away from me. Oh, you guys. This is a big find, alright? Oh, ho. Touching the arm or shoulder of a... Oh, okay. Before we jump into this, alright? We gotta read the introduction, then we gotta see how they conducted the study, because then we actually get the results, right? Alright. Previous research has shown that light tactile contact increases compliance to a wide variety of requests. I thought they were going to say attraction, but no, they said compliance to requests. However, the effect of touch on compliance to a courtship request has never been studied. Maybe it's unethical. In this paper, 3 experiments were conducted in a courtship context. In the first experiment, a young male confederate in a nightclub asked young women to dance with him during the period when slow songs were played. Ah, okay. Was he like undercover, or did he tell people, I'm a researcher? Are you allowed to like collect data on people if they don't know they're in a study? I don't know. When formulating his request, the confederate touched or not the young woman on her forearm for 1 or 2 seconds. In the second experiment, a 20-year-old confederate approached a young woman in the street and asked her for her phone number. So that really is the same thing that like the prankster YouTubers do. The request was again accompanied by a light touch, or not, on the young woman's forearm. In both experiments, it was found that touch increased compliance to the man's request. A replication of the second experiment accompanied with a survey. When was this study done? 2007. Oh, people were so innocent back in 2007. At least I'm imagining. I don't know. I mean, that was like, what, like a whole lifetime ago, literally. Like, my brother was born in 2007. Like, I was 4. I have no idea what the world was actually like back then. A replication of the second experiment accompanied with a survey administered to the female showed that the high score of dominance was associated with tactile contact. What? Right. Wait, I gotta read that sentence again. A replication of the second experiment, which is the experiment where the guy touches her arm and asks for a number, accompanied with a survey. So, like, did he, like, have a clipboard and give it to her? That's what I'm imagining. Like, or was it just a verbal survey? Blah, 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 blah. High score of dominance was associated with tactile contact. Does that mean that when you touch someone, it shows that you're dominant over them? I don't know. The link between touch and the dominant position of the male was used to explain these results. Oh, wow. We are talking about, like, male dominance in this paper now. Oh, golly. I don't know if I like where this is going. Touching the arm or shoulder of a person for 1 or 2 seconds when asking for a favor seems trivial. However, okay, yeah. All right, I think I see what happened. You see, I was trying to get the introduction to the study, but instead I actually got exactly how they did the study. I guess, maybe we could get some more details on, like, what the survey is. 120 young women chosen at random in a nightclub in the city of Vans. So that's, this is French, yeah. Oh, this is a study done by the French? That explains so much, you guys. Okay. Because, like, yes, I saw France up here at the beginning reading this article. But I wasn't sure if, like, if the university is based there and the study was actually conducted elsewhere outside of France, or the opposite, like, people go to France, but they're actually from, like, a non-French university. Anywho. Experiment was carried out when slow songs were played in the nightclub. A 20-year-old male Confederate was instructed to invite a participant to dance with him. In a previous work, the physical attractiveness of the Confederate was rated by 20 young women. Okay. The evaluation was made by using a photo taken of the full face of each target. The Confederate was then chosen by the experimenter because he received a positive judgment from the women. What? Whoa, this is like a whole process. Okay, this is more complicated than I thought it'd be. Okay, can I really, like, think about the procedure right here? Okay. The experimenter explained some information about the objective of the experiment and sought the aid of the Confederate. After agreeing, the Confederate was given instructions about his role-playing. However, he was not informed about the effect of touch on compliance to a request. The same verbal solicitation was made by the Confederate in both the control and the experimental conditions. Hello, my... Okay. Okay. All right, I'm just reading through this and trying to get a sense of what's happening. They brief her. She participated in an experiment on social... Oh, okay. So the person is told afterward. So if the participant agrees to dance, then the Confederate tells her what just happened. You were actually on the set of Brain Games this whole time. A pre-printed information form was then given to the participant, who was asked to provide information for the experiment. Oh, imagine being in a nightclub, and then this random guy comes up to you and asks you to dance. And he then asks you for your name, age, address, and phone number immediately. Yo, ain't no way. Okay. No participant a phone to obtain information about this research. Whoa. Okay. Well, yeah, there you have it. I think my attention span is like dying right now. This is so boring to read. But like, how was dominance evaluated? That's what I want to know. Dominance. Oh wow, 51 mentions of dominance. All right, this is discussion. So which part of oh, okay, I'm still early on in the paper. This is discussion. So this is like pre-study talk, right? This is like basically an interpretation of the results and not like actual results. I want proof like literally in the evidence of some sort of male dominance. Ah, okay, here it is. In order to test the generalizability of our findings and to explore the link between touch and dominance behavior, a third experiment was conducted. In this experiment, after the male confederate left the young female, she was asked by a female confederate to respond to a survey that requested her to evaluate the male confederate on various dimensions, including dominance. So basically, the female participant like said in the survey how dominant the male was. And that was the data used in the experiment. It's all based on that survey. Okay, makes sense. I mean, where else would they get it from? Just like guessing whether the guy was dominant or not? Oh well. At least it's clearly written out for me so I can like know for sure. Oh, there it is. I'm guessing that, wait, what the? Oh wait, I was like, where are the rest of the pages? No, it's 51 instances of, why is this in Comic Sans? This is 17 pages, but there were 51 mentions of dominance. Well, that was an interesting study. I think a lot of the discussion about male dominance that appears as recently as 2007, I think it all just comes from the fact that this is based on, or this study builds upon social behavior studies from the past, which would still have been on the mindset of male dominance. I think the concept of male dominance is starting to be phased out now, hopefully. Just like how the alpha sigma male archetype is pretty much getting memed on constantly. Really, I hope that this mindset changes in the future. This study, in and of itself, is not exactly outdated. I mean, yes, it's like over 10 years old. And yes, it is based on earlier studies which are like possibly outdated, right? Or like definitely really freaking old, right? Like if we look at the dates on some of these, like there's the 80s, the 60s, the 70s, you could see that this literature builds on a lot of older stuff. So one would think that this is outdated, but I mean, the way they conducted their research, like just straight up asking the women, did the man feel dominant? I mean, the survey says it right there. On the other hand, though, there comes the question of like how the survey was conducted. Like, let's say the survey asks women how dominant the man was. That would sort of frame their thinking and sort of butcher the results, right? It would kind of flub things and make it look like, oh, was the man dominant? Like, I don't think I'm explaining it very well, but what I'm saying is the question could like retroactively change how the participants think about what happened. And it could like cause some sort of bias, right? Like let's say dominance was just not mentioned at all and the women actually talked about the role that the man was playing. If dominance came up just on its own from the participants directly, I think it would be a lot stronger than if the women were just straight up asked, was the man dominant? Because then they could say, well, okay, now that you mention it, I guess there was some dominance there. But yeah, they wouldn't really think about it unless you said it. But anyway, that's just a possibility. There's no way to confirm whether or not the women would have said that anyway because they were directly asked whether the male was dominant. So, I don't think the way that the study was done was like terrible. But there is some chance of flubbing the results. based on asking a question about a subject that might not have been relevant, possibly. But anywho, my evaluation of that source, I think it's alright. I think it's alright. So, yeah, touch the women. Yeah. Anywho, I hope y'all got something out of that. I'm gonna chop out a lot of stuff in here.
See ya.